welcome back to my channel. This is Nicole with Made from Scrap, and I was asked about making the hinge that is used for our albums. Specifically, I made this Yuletide collection album, and what I didn't show is the lay flat cover method that's used, that Tammy from Country Craft Creations came up with, and then I didn't show the actual hinge itself. So I'm going to do the hinge now, and I have some other tutorials with regard to the cover, the lay flat binding system, so hopefully this helps with this element. But in that tutorial for Yuletide, the hinge measures 4 inches by 8 1/4. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your paper in with the 4 inches at the top in your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch at each 1/2 inch. So it's going to be at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2 inches, 2 inches, 2 1/2 inches, 3 inches, and 3 1/2 inches. Basically, what you're doing is we are going to fold these over so that the hinge itself is doubled up, and we end up with 2 of the gussets. The other thing that I like to do when I'm doing this hinge style is after I do the scoring, I will just barely trim off a little tiny bit sliver from each end, and I feel like that helps in not binding up the page from being able to lay flat. So now that I've done that, I'm going to bend my paper over using my table, and I'm just going to first fold on every single score line. Doesn't matter what direction. At this point, I'm just trying to burnish each of those score lines, and it's easier, I feel, to do it this way first. Okay. I have this last one. It wants to fight me. I'm going to show that paper who's boss. Okay, so now I have at least worked each one of these score lines a little bit. Okay, so the first 2 score lines are going to get folded back to back. The outside 2 are also going to get folded back to back, like this. The middle 2 score lines are going to get folded back to back, like that. And by doing that, you end up with this shape. Like I said, the center one we are going to fold together. We're going to glue it together. So I'm going to do that. Place glue along one of those center 1/2 inch scores. Fold it over and burnish it down. And then open it up back on itself and burnish it down. And by doing that, you end up with that shape. Now I'm going to place glue here, and I'm going to glue that together. And I'm going to place glue here, and I'm going to fold that together. And when I bend these up, again, I'll end up with a shape like this. Can you see those two channels? Okay, let me do that. The key to this is burnishing really well. So, okay, do the other side. Okay. Now that I've burnished those, I'm going to fold these up. And just fold them back and forth so they work out really well, folding back and forth, because that's going to be for your page. So now we have this. That's our channel shape. If you can see that very well. I think you can see it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is end up gluing the bottom of this right down to the center piece of our book. And then these little flaps end up gluing inside of our pages. And that's what holds our pages on and creates the mechanism for the page turning. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and happy crafting! Bye!